Welcome to podcast 19 in the series of Who Let the Master Out. In our last episode, we finished the journey coming back from fear, covering each chakra independently and step by step. In this episode, we will focus on the I Am Love chakra experience. I've mentioned the I Am Love meditations off and on throughout my podcast. But briefly, what happens in those meditations is we start off by recognizing that I am unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. Then we realize we are indeed made of unconditional love ourselves. We are unconditional love. And then we go on where once we're filled up with this love, we let it fill us all the way up and flow out to the world, realizing that we are unconditionally loving the world and all the beings that are within it. But then suddenly we are hit with a wave of love coming back to us as we discover that the world is actually unconditional love as well. Everything here is made of unconditional love, just like ourselves. So in order for us to contrast unconditional love against the fear-based conditional love, we get to become aware of our higher self while we're still living our lives in the lower human form. On our previous journey, we moved through the chakras from the lowest, red root chakra, up to the higher, violet crown chakra. But the I Am Love chakra experience, within here we move inward from each end of the spectrum. So from the red root chakra of conditional love and the violet crown chakra of unconditional love. And we meet in the center at the green heart chakra. How amazing is that? Unconditional love meets conditional love in the heart. Duh, right? How perfect. So we'll quickly step through the I Am Love meditation, which is split into 4 parts. Part 1 is the I Am Unconditionally Loved, and that is the red root chakra and the violet crown chakra. The second is I Am Unconditional Love, and that involves the orange sacral chakra and the indigo third eye chakra. And number 3 is the I Unconditionally Love the World, which involves the yellow solar plexus chakra and the blue throat chakra, meeting in number 4 in the green heart chakra, where we see that the world is unconditional love. So picture the rainbow as we, move in from the outside in. And if you aren't familiar with this little hint and remembering the colors of the rainbow, I was taught in early elementary school to remember the name Roy G. Biv. And that's basically how the colors of the rainbow flow. So Roy is red, orange, yellow. The G in the middle is green. And then the Biv, B-I-V, is the blue, indigo, and violet. It's pretty cool. Even in this example, the G for the green heart chakra is in the middle, separated. So pretty cool. All right, so keep a rainbow pictured in your mind as we move from the outside in with the red and the violet of I Am Unconditionally Loved. So in the red root chakra, we discover and understand our fears and our passions. We see the character we're playing on this planet is rooted to the earth with an overwhelming need to feel loved. But when we focus on the violet crown chakra and meditate on I am unconditionally loved, our higher being reaches down and embraces our hungry physical being, like an adult soothing a crying child. The child doesn't need to understand the love at this point and probably can't comprehend it yet because they're still caught up in the story of their fears. But they can simply accept unconditional love and be thankful for the now. And it is through connecting with the crown chakra that the whispers of love from the other side speak up and draw us more closely to the source. But the noise of fear can be loud, so we struggle to hear things clearly. All right, then we move inward even further to the orange and indigo of I am unconditional love. In the orange sacral chakra, we allow ourselves to feel uncomfortable emotions. And when we focus on the indigo third eye chakra, we begin to see into the beyond. When we stop resisting the emotions we feel and decide it is okay to feel them, we lessen the noise of fear. The whispers of love grow louder and more clear. With more insight into what is true, we begin to recognize the contrast between fear emotions and those of back home, unconditional love. We continue moving inward, and we hit the yellow and the blue of I unconditionally love the world. And when we enter the yellow solar plexus chakra, we realize our power of choice, seeing how our decisions have impacted our lives. And when we bring the blue throat chakra into the mix, we become bolder in sharing our thoughts of unconditional love that directly confront our beliefs that are born from conditional love laws. You know, the revelation of empowering choice in the yellow and the ability to communicate unconditional love in the blue combines to ignite the color green of the heart chakra, because yellow and blue combined together is green. The whispers of love continue to become louder and more clear, and the knowledge of the unseen world makes itself visible. We choose to see it. We choose to act on it. And this sparks more attention to and interest in the spirit realm. So eventually, we end up right smack in the middle in the green with the world is unconditional love. You know, during the journey through each chakra before, when we were going through the coming back from fear chakra journey, at the same time, we also travel this concurrent track of the I am love chakra experience. So they're both happening at the same time. The first takes us from birth to death, from sleeping to awakening. But this second I am love meditation experience, that brings us to the convergence of conditional love right next to unconditional love. It's kind of like a blind date between the physical realm and the spiritual realm. They meet up at the heart, and our fear ego is finally fulfilled. It is silenced. Its needs for love are finally met. And it is in that silence that the whispers of love are the most clear they will ever be on this plane of existence. And it is then that we meet our inner master. The next episode, I'm going to talk about an experience I had with some colored orbs. It's pretty freaky, but pretty cool too, so I'm looking forward to sharing that with you. But until then, break the cycle. Be free. Be big. Because we're giants in a world of giants who have been taught that we're weak and small. It's time to rise. It's time to let your master out.